What if I told you that the reason money hasn't entered your life yet is because of something missing outside your front gate? Not in your wallet, not in your mindset, but right there, where energy first decides whether your home is worthy of abundance. In Feng Shui, your front gate isn't just an entrance. It's a command center. It's where opportunity either flows toward you or walks right past. And here's the secret hardly anyone shares. The tree you plant there can determine the flow of your fortune. This isn't theory. This is centuries-old wisdom backed by energetic principles that high performers use without even realizing it. The right tree doesn't just grow, it protects, it attracts, it transforms. It becomes a magnet for wealth, a shield against negativity, and a symbol of readiness for bigger things. Think it sounds too simple? That's exactly why most people miss it. But if you're watching this, you're not most people. You're someone who understands that energy is real, that placement matters, and that subtle shifts create massive change. So here's what I need from you. If you believe in aligning your space with the energy of abundance, hit that like button right now. And if you're ready to help this channel grow into something truly powerful, help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers. Click that subscribe button and become part of the Wealth Gate movement. Because today we're revealing the 6 most powerful trees you can plant at your front gate to unlock a new stream of prosperity. Ready to open that door? Let's begin. Part 1. The front gate, where energy enters. If energy had a front door into your life, your actual front gate would be it. Not your office, not your phone, not your goals, but that overlooked space between the street and your home. That's where everything begins. In Feng Shui, this isn't just a poetic metaphor, it's literal. Your gate is where energy, or Kai, makes its first impression of you. It's the handshake before the conversation, the welcome sign or the warning sign. And whether you realize it or not, this subtle space is either attracting prosperity or silently turning it away. Think about it. When people drive past your home, what do they feel? When opportunity shows up, yes, even energetically, does it sense an open invitation, or does it pause, hesitate, and move on? The truth is, your gate is not just a physical boundary. It's an energetic filter. And the way you treat that threshold tells the universe how ready you are to receive. If it's cluttered, blocked, or barren, it signals confusion, resistance, and emotional chaos. But if it's cared for, intentional, and alive, it speaks of readiness, magnetism, and flow. Modern design trends talk endlessly about curb appeal, but energy appeal is far more powerful. You don't need a mansion or manicured lawn. You need clarity, simplicity, intentionality, because the gate is where money decides whether it belongs in your life or not. That's why Feng Shui practitioners, architects, and even high-level real estate developers pay close attention to entry points. They know that the front isn't just how you enter, it's how energy enters. And wealth, in its purest form, follows energy. Look at the homes of people you admire, not just in wealth, but in stability, clarity, and flow. You'll find their entrances are never chaotic. There's a rhythm, a presence, a sense of quiet strength. The space is guarded but welcoming, structured but alive. And more often than not, nature plays a role: a tree, a pair of plants, a sculpted path that curves gently like water. All of these elements shape the energetic story that begins the moment someone, or something unseen, approaches. Now ask yourself, what story is your gate telling? Does it say, "I'm ready to grow," or "Stay away"? Because here's the truth: money, peace, and protection don't just knock. They arrive when the path is clear. That's why before we talk about which trees to plant, we have to start here. With this space, with this decision. To treat your gate not just as a place to walk through, but as a living invitation for abundance. When you shift what stands at your threshold, everything behind it begins to change. And that change starts right now. Part 2. The 6 most powerful trees to plant at your gate. Number 1. Rubber fig tree, Ficus elastica, the wealth shield. If your home were a castle, The rubber fig tree would be the armored guardian standing at your gate, not just inviting wealth, but protecting it from harm. In Feng Shui, this isn't just another pretty plant. Ficus elastica is known as the wealth shield for a reason. With its broad, glossy leaves and sturdy vertical growth, it creates a visual and energetic barrier between your home and the chaos of the outside world. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but its presence is commanding. And sometimes that's exactly what your prosperity needs, a protector. Here's the truth most people overlook: attracting wealth is only half the battle. The other half is holding on to it, preserving it from distractions, energy leaks, and external negativity. That's where the rubber fig shines. Unlike delicate ornamentals that require constant fuss, this tree is resilient. It thrives in less than perfect conditions, symbolizing financial stability in unpredictable times. In a world that constantly changes, economically, emotionally, environmentally, you want something planted at your gate that reflects strength, endurance, and quiet power. Psychologically, the tree's deep green leaves represent grounded energy, while the upward growth pattern signals expansion. When placed beside your front gate, it doesn't just decorate, it declares. It tells the universe, this is a space of order. This is a home of protection. This is a family that's ready to grow wealth with strength and integrity. And even beyond symbolism, the rubber fig tree does something subtle but powerful to your mindset. It reminds you every time you walk past it that you are grounded, capable, and supported. This isn't a tree that demands attention, it commands it. Its dense foliage shields you from harshness, both visual and energetic. In busy neighborhoods or chaotic streets, this shielding effect can be the difference between calm and overwhelm, between steady focus and scattered tension. That's why business leaders, wellness coaches, and homeowners who understand energy design often choose the rubber fig. Not because it's trendy, but because it works. It creates a boundary, a buffer, a space where wealth isn't just possible, it's protected. But here's the key: placement. The rubber fig tree should be positioned slightly to one side of your front gate, not blocking the entrance, but gently guarding it. This allows the energy of opportunity, to flow in, while the tree stands like a sentry at your side. If you live in an apartment or lack outdoor space, place it just inside the entryway. Its effect remains strong as long as it stands between you and the noise of the world. So if your life feels exposed, if your energy feels drained, or if you've ever made money only to see it slip away, the message is clear. You don't just need more income, you need more protection. And planting a rubber fig tree may be the first step to building not just a richer life, but a more secure one. Because true wealth isn't loud, it's rooted. And it stands tall, even in the storm. Number 2. Freshwater mangrove Lumnitsura, the bloom that brings blessings. If money isn't flowing, if blessings feel blocked, it's not just bad luck, it's the energy at your gate. Most people think they need more strategy, more hustle, more control. But what if you've been pushing so hard, you've built a wall that abundance can't climb? The truth is, not all wealth comes from force. Some of it comes from stillness, from softness, from planting the right signal in the right place. And no signal speaks louder in silence than the freshwater mangrove, a living beacon of graceful magnetism. This tree doesn't chase fortune, it attracts it. And if you plant it by your gate, it may be the most powerful yes the universe has been waiting to hear from you. The freshwater mangrove isn't a loud plant. It doesn't demand space or attention, but what it brings is rare. An atmosphere of quiet clarity. With its lush green leaves and soft, balanced form, Lumnitsura symbolizes a kind of energetic harmony that money and opportunity naturally gravitate toward. And that's the secret. This tree doesn't just look balanced, it creates balance. In Feng Shui, it's known as a bridge tree, a plant that harmonizes opposites, that softens sharp corners in life and makes the invisible more welcoming. It thrives in liminal spaces, between land and water, between stillness and movement. That's why it's perfect for the front gate, the place where energy transitions from the outside world into your private space. If your front gate feels harsh, chaotic, or heavy, this tree absorbs that tension and recycles it into calm. It filters the energy that enters, gently, but with conviction. Think of it as an energetic diffuser, one that replaces static with serenity. And serenity isn't just emotional, it's magnetic. When your home radiates peace, it becomes a beacon for the right kind of people, opportunities, and outcomes. It's not about passivity, it's about aligned receptivity. The freshwater mangrove teaches you to stop begging the universe to notice you and start allowing it to meet you where you are. Wealth that arrives in this state isn't forced. It's flowing, and it stays longer because it's in harmony with your energy. This is why spiritual communities, energy workers, and conscious homeowners are drawn to this tree. Not because it shouts success, but because it anchors it. You can place it slightly to the right of your front gate or just beyond your porch in a large ceramic pot. It doesn't overwhelm the space, it refines it. Its presence suggests intention, not decoration. If you've been stuck in a cycle of always doing more to attract more, this tree offers a bold alternative. What if the greatest magnet for abundance is your stillness? What if blessings are already circling, waiting for a softer place to land? The freshwater mangrove doesn't chase outcomes. It cultivates a field of permission. And in that field, the extraordinary begins to bloom. Quietly, powerfully, on your terms, right at your gate. Number 3. Palm areca or fan palm. The straight road to success. If your path to success has felt blocked, scattered, or full of false starts, the problem may not be you. It may be the energy in front of you. In Feng Shui, it's said that wealth doesn't follow confusion. It follows clarity, direction, momentum. That's where the palm comes in, not as decoration, but as declaration. With its tall, upward-reaching form and its clean, vertical lines, the palm, especially the areca or fan variety, is known as the straight road to success. It doesn't meander, it moves up. It creates a visual and energetic invitation for life's blessings to rise, just like you. There's a reason palms are used around the world to line important walkways, frame royal gardens, and guard sacred temples. They don't just symbolize prestige, they command respect. When placed properly near your front gate, these trees signal ambition, dignity, and elevation. They stand tall with purpose, and they remind the energy coming toward your home. This space is not confused. It's clear, it's focused, and it's ready to rise. In American culture, where visual cues shape perception more than we often admit, the presence of a palm at the front of your home subtly shifts how others see you and how you see yourself. They create an upward narrative. Think of the people we associate with palms. Success-minded entrepreneurs, world-class resorts, high-end neighborhoods. Palms make a statement not with arrogance but with assurance. They don't lean. They don't drift. They aim. Energetically, palms act like antennae. They receive and amplify upward movement. When you're in a period of transition, starting a new job, launching a business, or simply trying to regain confidence, the palm becomes a totem of vertical energy. It helps pull you out of stagnation and into expansion. Unlike some trees that spread outward, palms remind you to grow upward, to claim space, and to see beyond where you are right now. Placement is essential. Ideally, palms should be planted symmetrically on either side of your main gate or entry path. If space is limited, even one well-placed areca or fan palm can do the job. Just be sure it's healthy, upright, and visible. A drooping or unkempt palm sends the wrong message, not just to guests, but to the universe. And here's the deeper truth. We're often waiting for some external sign to tell us it's time to grow. But the real signal might be the one you place at your gate. The palm becomes your reminder, every day, that the road to success is not crooked. It's not chaotic. It's clear, direct, and rising in your favor. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you want to send a clear message to the world and to yourself that you are serious about your elevation, plant a palm. Not just for beauty, but for boldness, for alignment, for the straight road ahead that's been waiting for you to step forward and rise. Number 4. Fragrant dracaena, Dracaena fragrans, the fortune beacon. If your home feels flat, if the energy around you has gone dull, uninspired, or heavy, it's not because life has given up on you. It's because your environment may no longer be signaling your readiness to receive. Energy needs to be activated, invited, and directed. And few plants do that more elegantly than the fragrant dracaena. Often underestimated because of its simplicity, this tree has long been known in spiritual traditions as a living magnet for fortune. That's why it's called the fortune beacon. It doesn't just beautify your gate, it lights it up energetically. It becomes a signal tower to the universe that says, we are open, we are grateful, we are ready. The dracaena fragrans is rich in symbolism. With its upright stalk and crown of glossy green leaves, it resembles a torch, steadfast, confident, and deeply rooted. In many cultures, it's considered a sign of enduring vitality and steady wealth. Unlike flashy plants that peak quickly and fade, this one is slow, steady, and persistent, qualities that wealth, success, and spiritual fulfillment all demand. When placed near the front gate, the dracaena acts like a lighthouse, calling in supportive energy, fresh opportunities, and even unexpected breakthroughs. But here's the real power. It emits fragrance only at night. That subtle scent, delicate and rare, is a metaphor for unseen blessings. It reminds us that not all abundance is visible. Some gifts arrive quietly, during dark or uncertain hours. And when they do, they often carry deeper value. The fragrant dracaena becomes a lesson in presence, patience, and quiet faith. In practical terms, this plant is low maintenance yet incredibly resilient. It thrives in partial shade, making it perfect for front entryways, side corners, or transitional spaces between indoors and outdoors. You don't need to be a master gardener to keep it thriving. All it asks is consistency, just like the energies it helps to attract. Its vertical lines mirror progress. Its leaves unfurl like unfolding potential. And its rootedness becomes a daily reminder that wealth isn't just something you chase. It's something you anchor. You build the container first, then you let the blessings pour in. For those who are spiritually sensitive, the dracaena also acts like an energetic cleanser. It purifies stagnant chi, especially around entrances. It clears what's lingering and opens space for what's arriving. It's ideal for anyone who's felt stuck at the edge, close to something good but unable to break through. This tree says, now is the time. Place it in a simple terracotta or dark ceramic planter, nothing flashy. Let the plant speak. Let it hold space. And each morning as you leave your home, glance at it and say silently, may today bring light, may today bring flow. You're not just hoping, you're aligning. Because when a fragrant dracaena stands by your gate, you're not just decorating a threshold. You're declaring one. A threshold between doubt and belief, noise and clarity, lack and light. And the blessings you've been waiting for, they can finally find their way in. Number 5. Bamboo, lucky bamboo or ground bamboo. Grace and resilience. When life throws setbacks, some people break, some bend. But a rare few rise stronger, softer, and wiser than before. That's the energy of bamboo, not fragile, not forceful, but quietly invincible. In Feng Shui, bamboo represents one of the most important dual forces in manifestation, grace and resilience. It doesn't grow with noise. It grows with consistency. It doesn't demand power. It becomes it. That's why planting bamboo near your gate, especially lucky bamboo in pots or ground bamboo in a structured row, is more than an aesthetic choice. It's a spiritual one. You're not just welcoming wealth. You're cultivating the strength to hold it, the humility to earn it, and the grace to keep rising through anything. Unlike other trees that grow slowly and reach wide, bamboo grows fast, focused, and vertical. In nature, it can shoot up feet overnight. It doesn't apologize for growing quickly, and neither should you. Many people have been taught that success must be hard and slow, that you need to suffer long enough to deserve it. But bamboo reminds us, when the conditions are right, growth is effortless. The key is to build the right conditions. By planting bamboo at your entrance, you signal readiness. You tell the universe, this space is fertile, this heart is open. I'm not afraid of growing fast. I'm prepared for it. In Western culture, bamboo is often associated with calm, balance, and simplicity. But beneath its peaceful appearance lies profound strength. It can survive storms that uproot stronger-looking trees. It can bend in the face of pressure and still return upright. If you've gone through personal challenges, financial setbacks, relationship losses, health struggles, bamboo becomes more than a plant. It becomes your mirror. It tells you, you are still here, you are still growing. For lucky bamboo in particular, the number of stalks matters. 2 for love, 3 for happiness, 5 for health, 8 for wealth. But no matter how many stalks you plant, place it near the entry to your home, facing outward. Let it greet the energy before it enters. Let it filter what's harmful, soften what's aggressive, and multiply what's pure. Ground bamboo, on the other hand, creates rhythm. When planted in clusters or rows, it creates movement, sound, and a sense of flow. That rustling sound in the breeze, that's Kai moving. That's life whispering, keep going. But remember, bamboo is a fast grower. Without proper structure, it can overrun your space. This is not a plant you ignore. It asks for attention, boundaries, and care, just like success. Plant it in defined containers or root barriers. Let it grow, but guide its direction. Ultimately, bamboo doesn't shout. It doesn't show off. It teaches. It teaches you to rise with flexibility, to build without force, and to remain centered no matter what moves around you. So if you want your front gate to reflect not just the wealth you wish to attract, but the person you're becoming in the process, choose bamboo. It's not just lucky, it's legendary. Number 6. Dwarf Coconut Tree, the treasure vault. Wealth isn't always what we see. It's not the cars in the driveway or the square footage of a home. Real wealth is layered, protected, and cultivated, like a vault. And the dwarf coconut tree is one of nature's most ancient metaphors for hidden treasure. At first glance, it's simple, modest, but within its core lies sustenance, sweetness, and life-giving energy. In many spiritual traditions, this tree is believed to carry the energy of inner wealth, health, protection, nourishment, and legacy. It's no coincidence that wherever coconut palms grow, life thrives around them. They don't just attract abundance, they hold it. That's why planting a dwarf coconut tree near your gate is more than landscape. It's a declaration. You're not chasing fortune. You're creating a vault to store it. The symbolism is profound. A dwarf coconut doesn't grow tall and imposing like its full-sized counterpart. It stays close to the ground, rooted, accessible, strong. And yet, within its trunk flows water that nourishes. Within its fruit is flesh that sustains. And within its shell is protection that even time respects. That's the kind of wealth most people overlook. Not flashy, not loud, but lasting. When placed near the entrance of a home, this tree becomes a quiet guardian. It invites fortune in, while shielding the space from energetic depletion. Just as the shell protects the coconut's water from evaporation, the tree protects your home from the leaks of prosperity, impulsive spending, chaotic energy, envy from others, or inner self-doubt. It tells the universe, what enters here will be valued, it will be stored, it will grow. Its rounded canopy is also symbolic, representing fullness, cycles, and completion. It teaches us that wealth isn't linear, it's rhythmic. It flows in, pauses, flows out, and returns. When we align with this rhythm, we stop fearing lack. We start trusting flow. From a practical standpoint, the dwarf coconut tree is compact, low maintenance, and thrives in warm, sunny climates, making it ideal for modern American homes with space limitations. You don't need acres of land to plant one. Just a well-drained patch near the gate, or even a large decorative container, is enough to let its energy unfold. Some traditions even recommend placing 3 small stones around the base of the tree, symbolizing body, mind, and spirit, to enhance the balance of what the tree protects. This subtle ritual anchors your intention. Let the blessings that enter here nourish all parts of me. If you're someone who's been chasing outer wealth but feeling hollow inside, if the bank account is full but your energy is drained, the dwarf coconut speaks directly to you. It invites you to return to core nourishment, to remember that true abundance isn't found, it's held, it's protected. And like the sweetest water, it waits just beneath the surface of what looks ordinary. So when you pass by this tree at your gate, know that you're standing beside a living symbol of your own capacity to receive, protect, and expand. The vault isn't out there. It's here, and it's open. Final. When we speak of planting trees at the gate of our home, we're not simply talking about landscaping or curb appeal. We're talking about energetic alignment, about intention, about the invisible dialogue between you and the universe, a dialogue that begins the moment someone stands before your front door. You've now met 6 extraordinary trees, each one chosen not for its popularity, but for its energetic precision. The rubber fig tree stands tall as a wealth shield, quietly absorbing chaos and offering stability. It reminds us that true fortune requires grounding. If you don't feel safe, you can't grow. The freshwater mangrove doesn't just bloom, it blesses. It speaks to those ready to heal, to soften their grip, and to allow prosperity to arrive through openness, not control. The palm teaches forward movement. Its straight, clear form reminds us that success often depends not on luck, but on clarity, on knowing exactly what we want and walking toward it without distraction. Dracaena, the fortune beacon, glows with life even in low light. Its presence is a message to anyone who's felt overlooked or dimmed. Your light is needed. And your fortune may already be circling. You simply have to let it in. Then comes bamboo, fluid, graceful, and unbreakable. It embodies resilience not as a struggle, but as a rhythm. It says, bend, don't break, and keep growing no matter what. And finally, the dwarf coconut tree, a symbol of inner wealth. Quiet, modest, overflowing with protection and nourishment. A reminder that abundance means nothing if you don't feel safe enough to receive it. Each of these plants is more than a tree. It's a frequency, a living reminder of the life you want to build. And when you place them with awareness, especially at your gate, where energy first enters, you begin to transform the way your home speaks to the world. You create an energetic contract. This is a space of welcome, of strength, of wealth in every form, not just in dollars, but in peace, in vitality, in clarity, in love. Modern science increasingly supports what ancient traditions have always known. Your environment shapes your nervous system, your energy, your choices. Trees aren't just decor, they're signaling patterns. They interact with your mood, your rhythm, your biology. And when you bring in species that carry thousands of years of symbolic power, you're not just gardening. You're setting intentions in a language older than words. So today, you have a choice. You can walk past your front gate, barely noticing what grows there. Or you can pause and plant with purpose. If you found resonance in these teachings, if something stirred in you while hearing about these trees, support this space. Help us reach 1,000 followers so we can keep growing, keep sharing, and keep planting seeds of wisdom together. Because abundance doesn't start in the bank. It starts at the gate.